Hey, what's up everyone? This is Cray and today we are going to be talking more about Etheria restart. Alright, so we are gonna be looking at my progression so far. I've been playing around like 5 or 6 days or so because I don't really count my first day. It was really unlucky. I didn't know the day restarts at 4 AM in my time. So I was playing like an hour or so and then it was a new day already. I didn't get to utilize the refresh for the energies, right? The seminar exchange. And what I want to talk about today is basically how to farm DokiDoki Hell Dungeon, alright? So I'll be showing you guys one run over here. Let's just challenge it. Although it's just 1 star, but it's just enough to clear the dungeon where I'll be able to gain better equipments, alright? So in terms of my lineup, I'm running Real Mocha, Freya, Grey, Valerian, and Kazuyo. So in terms of the team order, Freya will be moving first on my lineup, followed by Grey, and then into Kazuyo. And then my damage dealer will be moving after that, and Valerian will be last on the team, alright? So let's just start and see this run. So make sure after you have enough energy to burn through, you want to be focusing more on your skill ups, alright? So I do have Grey max skill on the skill tree, my Valerian as well, and I'm currently upping my Kazuyo's 3rd skill, alright? So over here, Real Mocha will be the main damage dealer. Boom! Look at that! Her burst damage is so strong, man. Yeah, this team is pretty safe. I don't really lose in Hell 1, but for Hell 2, I need to improve my equipments because at the moment, it's pretty bad. I'll show you guys later at the end of the video, right? And also what shells to focus on and what not for your enemies, okay? So over here, we're just left with 2. The tanker just stalling us a little while. Alright, just left 1 unit here. Oh man. We actually go for the armor break this time, so we don't have it for at least 3 turns for the next round, which isn't really good, but I think we should have no issue to clear this, right? So over here we go for the full buff. Look at all the buff stacks on my team. And then now it's the boss stage. So this one, we really need to land the armor break coming out from Grey later on. Alright, we put the sleep onto 2 units. My Real Mocha is taking quite a heavy beating, but we just need to wait for Valerian to have the seal later on, right? So we actually went for the burst without armor break. Yeah, this run will be a little bit slow, but should be fine, alright? Because next turn we do have the AoE skill coming up from Real Mocha. The second one. The skill 2. So over here, Valerian still no skill tree up. Alright, come on, come on. 13k almost brought that unit down, man. Oh shit. No, my Valerian got stun up, man. But I think we are fine, okay? We gotta believe in the team. So, Empower Mark on their side. Freya goes for this. We gain extra attack. We are able to lifesteal a little bit here as well. Okay, come on. Oh, nice. Valeria coming clutch. So we got the skill. We put them to sleep. And the defense buff is up. Alright. Okay, we got the burst. Boom, boom, boom. Holy shit, look at that damage. So good, man. Yeah, I highly suggest you guys to just take Real Mocha as your starter unit. You could also take Rosa as well, but personally I want to be farming this dungeon most of the time because I really need the Swift runes. The Swift modules, I keep calling it runes, right? Because of Summoner's War. So the Swift modules, so that you are able to tackle PvP slightly easier. Okay, so we're just down with the boss right now. He's already very low on health. And there we go! A clear on the Hell 1, which we'll be farming until we achieve Hell 4 in terms of upgrades of the modules, alright? When we get it. So just gonna be showing you guys the stats and what shells to focus on your team. Let's head over to the Animus page. So in terms of the turn order, like I said, Freya will be moving first. As you can see, my speed is plus 103. In terms of the modules, I'm just running it on full Swift Rush, alright? And then in terms of the special set over here on the right, okay, if you guys did not know, the right side is where you'll be able to get your defense or HP bonus, which you won't get it on these, alright? In terms of the base stats, as you can see here, the helmet is only flat attack, flat HP for the wind transistor, and in terms of the whiz reel, it's only defense. And then this is where you'll be able to gain more stats from the defense bonus percentage. I have this one, it's a mythic, so 50% defense bonus for my Freya, HP and defense as well. Honestly, you can just build Freya on triple HP, whatever you have that makes her tanky and fast, alright? Because you just want her to place the buffs up, and then you're good to go. Alright, moving onwards, in terms of the shell, you want to run it on Black Flag, alright? This guy over here. So at the early phase of the game, you want to be farming, basically farming most of your energies in your Green Pursuit Fabian, alright? Farm your Nightmare Fabian. This is where you'll be able to get your Twilight Knight for your damage dealers, and for your supports, the Black Flag. Okay? And in terms of my Grey, which is moving next, you can see the modules here also just Swift Rush. This is where I'll be farming most of the time, like I said. HP, effect accuracy, so that we are able to land some armor breaks easier, right? And in terms of the prowess, you want to max skill the skill tree ASAP, because you're able to reduce the skill cooldown by 1 turn. Will be nice if I can max this one as well, the skill 2, but I'm currently focusing on Kazuyo, okay? So Grey Shell is also Black Flag. Like I said, all supports just run this one. In terms of Kazuyo, the shell also Black Flag, and this one is just HP. It's all at level 10-ish, but it works perfectly fine, alright? And then moving onwards to your damage dealer. In terms of the modules, you want to run full Onslaught if you can, which I'll be changing really soon, alright? Because previously I was running it on full Swift Rush. I feel like there isn't enough damage output. So you can see here now my attack is like plus 2.2k. Crit rate, not that high, but then with the Grace crit rate buff, most of the time your Mocha will actually get the crit on already, alright? Because you also gain the advantage bonus in that dungeon. So that's an extra 15%, 25 plus 44 plus another bonus from the skill tree. I mean the skill 2 coming out from Grey. And then in terms of the shell, go for the Twilight Knight. Try to max it as well, because you'll be gaining an extra 486 attack, additional speed, HP and defense over here, as you can see from the basic attributes. And last but not least, your Valyrian. Okay, this unit, I highly suggest everyone to build it, because you can use her almost everywhere. I think it's one of the best supports out there. I know Linglor kind of heals a little bit more than her, but anti-dive on for 1 turn, this girl is super strong, alright? So in terms of the module, I'm just running it on some sort of Swift Rush plus Unbreakable, which I'll be changing in the near future as well, because this isn't optimal. I want to reduce the speed a little bit, alright? So that we are able to let the opponent move first, and then we are able to use the third skill to even out the HP and gain the HP bonus as well. Alright, and in terms of the shell, once again, it's gonna be Black Flag, which I am having issues maxing it because I'm lacking this currency here, okay? So that's about it for this one. Happy farming, alright? Because you really need to be farming most of your energies in your threshold module drops. Aurora, probably I'll talk about it later on in the future. This is where you'll be able to utilize Rosa, which I currently have as well. Yeah, my Rosa is not really built up at the moment. What is it at? Yeah, level 17 only. Yeah, I got a little bit lucky with my summons. So yeah, D-Ting obviously for Terra Maton, which we'll talk about in another video, right? So that's gonna be it for this one, guys. Hope you're having no problems farming your module dungeons, and all the best to your progression as well. Take care, stay safe, my friends, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out.